Welcome everybody back to the channel. This is 2530 Media, and of course, I am Aaron Reed. Hey, if you guys are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified of when I release these videos, which I try to do at least once a week. And of course, if you find the information that we're giving you guys here today informative or at least entertaining, go ahead and hit that like button. So today we're going to talk about the Penstar eNote ProC, which is going to be Pinstar's entry into the e-ink market of their first color e-ink tablet. Now this tablet is going to be a little bit different from the eNote 1 and 2 that we're used to. We're going to check that out in a minute. This tablet has been marketed to a wide range of users, from those business professionals to design and visual content creators. People use it for writing and just digital planning, students, and everywhere in between. So this tablet should be good for a wide range of use cases for a wide range of users. The Pinstar eNote Pro is going to be a 10.3-inch Kaleido 3 screen with 300 ppi color and 150 ppi black and white. It's also introducing an adjustable warm and cold light to the tablet for use when you're in low lit situations, and also for you to be able to see that color as vivid as you can. So now let's check out the tablet. So let's check out the hardware a little bit. With the ProC, you're going to get this half folio that detaches. Of course, you're going to get your document scanner / camera on the back. I like the feel. It's like a silicone faux leather feel on the back, and your half folio is going to match that. Of course, this is how your pen attaches to the side, not magnetically, but snaps in. Of course, that's that Kaleido 3 screen. I usually keep my home screen to the calendar. If I had any events, those would pop up here as well. And of course, the half folio attaches via these here. This is going to be the styli that comes with the ProC. So with this stylus, you're going to get 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity with this stylus. You're going to get 3 programmable buttons. Of course, you get the eraser here, and you get a clip that attaches to the side of the device. I like the way that attaches. It's a little different from the original stylus that you're going to get with the eNote 1 and 2. You get 3 programmable buttons. You still have your eraser at the end, and now you have a clip. I like the way this styli clips or attaches to the tablet. It's not magnetic. It simply just slides on, stays pretty secure. I don't think it's going to break. It doesn't feel like it's going to break. I like the way it attaches. The tablet itself is going to be the Pinstar 2.0, which is based on the Android 14. Again, it's a 10.3-inch Kaleido 3. It's going to be a e-ink color display. Again, black and white, 300 ppi. Color is going to be 150. You're going to get a camera on the back, which is going to be a camera and a document scanner. I wouldn't suggest taking pictures of your pet with it, but anything else you can. You're going to get that adjustable reading light that's going to give you warm and cold. And the difference with the eNote Pro versus your traditional eNotes is now they've added a touch layer. So now we have a touch layer that is going to be added to the Pinstar ProC. So now when we look at the screen of the Pinstar eNote ProC, we're going to see some noticeable differences between this and the eNote. The first thing is going to be our physical buttons. We're going to have 5 physical buttons here on the left side instead of the 10 physical buttons that we had on the eNote 1 and 2. And these are programmable, the 2 at the top and the 2 at the bottom. The only one that's not programmable, I believe, is going to be this, which is going to be the back button. If you hit it once, when you long press it, it's going to refresh your screen. Now, they have added what they are calling a smart bar here on the right side of the screen within the black bezel. It's good and bad. The good thing is you have quick access to all of your notes, documents, EPUBs, apps. Wherever you want to navigate on this tablet, you can use this smart bar here to get there pretty quick. The top one being the home screen, of course. The second one is going to take you to your Notes app. The third one is going to take you to your bookshelf. The fourth one is going to take you to your library where your PDFs and other documents will live. After that, you're going to have an icon that's going to take you to your voice to text. From there, you have your systems apps icon. The next are programmable and can be programmed to go wherever you want them to go. I have one for the calendar. And I have one for the Kindle app. And then the last programmable button I have going to the browser. And then your last button will be your settings menu. So the good about the smart bar. The smart bar will allow you to quickly navigate around your tablet, jump in between notes, documents, books, apps, whichever one you program it to. The bad about the smart bar is if you're not in a perfect lighting situation, looking at it at a good angle, it's hard to see the icons. I think it's odd that I have a tablet with a front light, but my icons aren't illuminated, and the icons are in a color that makes it hard to see on top of that black bezel. I'm assuming they were going for something that's not in the way, but you can still use it. The problem is if I'm not in the best of lighting, it's hard for me to see these icons to be able to use them. I have pretty good lighting here in my office, but if it's one of those places where I'm in a dimly lit area, I can still use the tablet. I just won't be able to use the smart bar here. As far as the UI, it's pretty much the same. You have your home screen here where you can customize that to fit whatever way you want it to look. So now let's hop in the Notes app to just see what that writing experience feels like. So we're just going to start a quick note. And the difference between the Pinstar ProC and your eNote 1 or 2 is going to be the writing surface. This writing surface is going to be more slick, closer to an iPad than you would get to the traditional eNote 1 or 2 or some of the other eInk tablets that have writing surfaces. However, it's not as slick as an iPad. You still get a little bit of a textile feel to it. So it's not as slick as an iPad, but it doesn't have as much textured feeling as the eNote 2 has. And of course, with this tablet, now we have the option of color. So let's see what some of those colors look like within the note-taking experience. Now, one of the things that I don't like about the Pinstar eNote Pro that is a little weird to me now that we have touch input are going to be the lack of, I guess, page turn gestures within the Notes app. So I have my touch input on because you can switch it on and off. If you go into your control center, you have the ability to turn touch on and off. So now I have the touch off and now I have the touch back on. But within the Notes app, I can't turn the page with any kind of hand swipe gesture. I've tried. I've been trying since I had the tablet. You cannot advance to the next page with a hand touch, with a touch swipe or gesture. You have to use the physical page turn buttons here, or you have to use the page turn controls on top of the toolbar. But when it comes to the overall writing experience on the tablet, it's still a good writing experience. And when it comes to the note-taking tools inside of the tablet, you have those same tools that you're used to with the eNote 1 and 2. So a feature that's been added to the eNote Pro is going to be the voice to text dictation feature. So now we're going to navigate over to that tool. So this is a really good tool, but one of the problems with this tool is in order for you to use the voice to text dictation, you have to sign up for one of their plans. So when you go to start your first recording, it's going to give you a prompt to let you know. It lets you know you're out of transcription time and you need to sign up for one of the plans. So once I go to sign up for one of the plans, it just lets you know you can get 3 hours valid for a year, and that's going to cost you $3.99. You can do 10 hours that's going to be valid for a year as well. That's going to cost you $9.99. Or you can do 30 hours and that's going to cost you $28.99. So depending on how much that you want to use this voice to text transcription, you can add one of these plans to your account that will give you the power to transcribe any kind of voice dictation to text for your note taking. However, if you don't want to purchase the package, you want to use the voice recorder, but you don't necessarily need the voice to text dictation. While inside of your Notes app, you can always touch your microphone icon, and from there, it's going to start recording whatever is going on, whatever is being said, and it also is equipped with speakers for the playback. Let's see what that sounds like. Touch your microphone icon, and from there, it's going to start recording whatever is going on. So if you don't need the voice to text function, you just want to be able to record meetings to take notes, you can do that. Have that recording stay attached to your notebook that you're taking those notes in, and you can use that feature. Next, we're going to navigate to the native reader just to see how well that works. So now we're on our bookshelf and we're just going to grab a book. This is just an EPUB that I brought over from the Gutenberg project. Now, the difference in the Notes app and the Reader app is that you do have the hand gesture swipe. Now, once you're in the Reader, if you want to annotate, of course, you select the pen icon here at the top right-hand corner. And now you have those annotation tools that you need, from markers to your ballpoint pens, and you can go through there and take your notes. You can change your line thickness if you want. Also, while you're in your toolbar, if you select the hand icon, now you can select text to highlight, copy, make your excerpts, look up dictionary, whatever it is that you want to do, you can do that as well. So now let's hop over to the Kindle app so we can see what that color looks like inside of a graphic novel or a comic. So now we're in the Kindle app and we're just checking out a comic that I brought over from Amazon to just check out what the color really looks like on the tablet. And for me, this is a great display of color. I don't get too technical into which tablet's color shows better with this color hue and all of that. I just simply like to enjoy color on eInk within my Notes app and when I'm doing some reading. I found that the best experience in me using this tablet when it comes to seeing how vivid the colors are and just enjoying this tablet is in natural light. I like to go outside, take a lot of notes, do reading just outside, drinking a cup of coffee at a coffee shop or maybe at a park. And while I'm in those environments, I've realized that that is when you see the best display of this Kaleido 3 screen on the Pinstar eNote ProC. But let me know what you guys think. So now that was our first look at the Pinstar eNote ProC. Our first takeaway is going to be with the smart bar and its implementation with the device. I like the concept of the smart bar. The smart bar is going to be a way for you to easily access different documents or other apps on the tablet. I can jump between my library with my books or EPUBs, PDF documents, and notes apps with pretty much just one or two selections. The problem with the smart bar is if you're not in the right light at the right angle, you really can't see the icons. With a tablet that has a light, I really feel like those icons should either be illuminated or at least give me a color that I can see in most lighting conditions. The second thing that they could change is the lack of swipe gestures within the Notes app. Now, if I'm in the Reader, if I'm in the Kindle app, other places on the tablet, I can use my hand for a screen swipe to transition to the next page. For some reason inside of the Notes app, you have to use the physical buttons that are going to be on the right side, or you have to use your page turn arrows with your pen or your finger on top of the toolbar of the Notes app. That's something that I wish they would fix if they're going to give us a tablet that has touch input. And one of the last things that I don't like about the tablet is the voice to text. You guys are offering me a tablet that's going to allow me to record dictation, whether if it's my own or if I'm in a meeting, and the option to convert that dictation or recording to text, I have to pay for. I'm not a huge fan of having to load more hours or minutes for the voice to text feature on the tablet. I think it's a great tool to have. I just don't want to pay for it. Outside of those main three things, I actually like this tablet. I like the design. I think the hardware design is pretty premium. It looks nice. I take this thing into meetings and it looks very professional. Doesn't look like I'm walking around with a digital tablet. It really looks like a notebook that I'm writing in. So I like the feel and look of the hardware. I even like the writing experience. Even though it's a little bit slicker than what I would normally use, it's not as smooth as an iPad, but it doesn't give you that textile feel that the eNote 1 and 2 did. But it's still a pretty nice tablet to write on, and I enjoy using it. When it comes to the Kaleido 3 screen and how that color is displayed, look, I'm the wrong person to ask how to compare the difference between these color screens. All of them look good to me. There is a difference between the Kaleido 3 screens, with Amazon probably having the best implementation of Kaleido 3, but when you get to the Pinstar ProC, the screen looks amazing. I like the way it looks when I'm using the Kindle app with those graphic novels or comics. I also like the way the color is displayed when I'm using it within my Notes app for simple highlights, changing the color of some of the things I'm writing when I'm inserting some images to my notes, or if I'm using it with a PDF that has a couple of charts or graphs on it. You have more than enough tools within the Notes app to be able to stay organized, get that focus work done, and take some good notes. So I like the Notes app and I like the overall tablet as a note taker and as something you can use as a reader as well. In our next video, we're going to go over some workflows of how I would use this tablet in a couple of different settings for a couple of different tasks. But let me know in the comments what you guys think so far about the Pinstar eNote ProC. Do you like what you see out of it so far? Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the implementation of the Kaleido 3 and how that color looks on camera. Thank you for checking out the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I was gonna do an unboxing. I really was. And you guys know I don't do unboxings. I was gonna try to do an unboxing, but this box, it holds fingerprints everywhere. And I had lotion on my hands because my hands are horrible. Do you see the fingerprints? I wouldn't dare put this on camera as an unboxing with all these fingerprints. I tried to wipe them off. They don't go anywhere. I don't know if it's the brand of lotion I use. I don't know if the box just doesn't like me, and the universe knows I suck at doing unboxings. So, yeah. Plus, I mean, let's be honest. I took this thing out of the box a month ago. Y'all knew that. Y'all knew that.